Okay. Okay, so Becky, thanks so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm very excited to be on.
I know it's a big exciting episode. It will be something a little bit different. So can you introduce yourself and just tell everyone what you do?
Yeah, of course. So my name's Becky Perkins and I'm the director for Icon's Lash and Brow Studio, which is in Hastings in East Sussex. And I've also recently become a distributor for a lash brand, so I'm doing that as well now.
Oh, okay. What lash brand is that?
It's Borboleta.
Oh, I love Kim. She's great.
Oh, yeah, she's really nice, isn't she?
Kim was actually on my podcast. She was one of the first people on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and listen. I've listened to some of yours, but not that one.
Yeah. She was on. I forgot. It feels like ages ago now. It would have been about a year ago. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So what's your story then? Because obviously everyone loves a story. What is your background and what made you go into opening your own place?
Yeah, right. So I actually started as a makeup artist. I did a HND in media makeup, so I did things for theatre and TV and film within that course, as well as like fashion makeup. So that's where I started. But it was always the eyes that I really loved. Like I loved doing my own eye makeup and yeah, just really experimenting with stuff around the eyes.
Yeah.
So as well as special occasion makeup and wedding makeup, I did a few like shoots and things. And I was on one editorial shoot and I met a makeup artist who just started doing eyelash extensions as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll remember this back in the day, like when someone said eyelash extensions, it was only clusters, wasn't it? Like it was like a new thing, like, oh my God, what, you can put like one hair on someone's eye. Like I was just fascinated by it really. So I went straight home and I researched courses and put myself on one. And that was it. I was obsessed from day one, really.
Who did you train with?
Eyelash Emporium.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the first course I did. Yeah. In Primary Studios. And it was so different back then, wasn't it? Like the glues were so slow and, you know, so it was hard work. But where I loved it so much, you know, I was always on, do you remember Wake Up in Your Makeup Forum?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I still want to know who Coney Truck is. Who's Coney Truck? Do you remember that?
I've got no idea.
I'd be going on there and I'd be trying to read everything I could and trying out different things. Yeah, then Salon Geek came out, didn't it?
I loved Salon Geek.
I spent hours on there, did you?
I absolutely loved it. That's all there was back then.
Yeah, exactly. There's no pictures, was there?
No, nothing.
But if somebody actually got a camera and downloaded a picture, it was like amazing, you know, to actually see their work. So I think we're spoilt now, really, with all the tips that you can get on Instagram and
definitely
everything. Yeah. So then I found out. So I was doing it from home, and I was in this basement flat. And yeah, I don't know really sort of, you know, how people came there. It wasn't the best, shall we say. And my first 5 clients, I had to actually do kneeling at my bed because I couldn't afford a beauty couch.
Yeah.
So after those 5, I bought the beauty couch and was doing people at home. But because it was sort of, I don't know if it's pre-Facebook, but certainly pre-people sort of advertise their business and that on Facebook. Like I didn't have many clients at all.
Yeah.
And then I heard that somebody was going to open a lash bar in my area.
Right.
I was so upset because I thought, this is my thing, you know, like I've been, you know, doing all this research and that. And so that pushed me in to do it. I just went down to our local, like, it was sort of like an indoor market.
Mm-hmm.
And asked them if they had a unit, and they did. So I just got some furniture from a charity shop and painted it, and you know, got favours for people. Like I did their eyelashes and they'd help me paint and things like that. Yeah, and just started off there on my own. Borrowed £200 from my dad to buy some lashes and stuff. Yeah, and just did it that way.
Wow. And so where's the salon at now? Obviously you've got girls working for you now, haven't you?
Yeah. So I don't know if you found this as well, but it took me a long time to trust anybody.
Yeah.
To do it with me. So it was 2 years before I took anybody on, even though I probably could have done it a lot sooner because there's only like about 2 people doing lashes in my whole area. So there's quite a lot of demand for it. But I was convinced that nobody else would, you know, care enough to isolate properly, or, you know, I didn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 years in, I took a girl on who I just had on a Saturday. And there wasn't room for both of us. So I would go off for a bit and she would do a bit of work. So then I got a bigger premises, which is what I'm in now, and just quite gradually took on more people really. Once somebody's column was like 70% full or something, then I'd, take the next one and just build it up like that.
And did your trust kind of issues go, or how do you kind of manage that now?
Yeah, I think it's always in your mind, isn't it? Like, because your business is your baby.
Yeah.
So it is quite daunting putting that in somebody else's hands. But I think you build up trust with people, don't you? And people just prove that, that they are doing a great job with the clients, you're getting good feedback from the clients.
Yeah.
And I think you stop thinking that you're the only one that could possibly do it when you see your clients trusting others. And I also, what I did was, I stopped taking on new clients myself. So then new clients would go to the next girl, and that helped to build it up.
Oh, cool. Do you still work in the salon like every day, or?
No, I only see clients 1 day a week now.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, thank you. Do you
working on the business?
Oh, thank you. Do you still see clients?
No.
You wouldn't have time.
I haven't seen clients for a long time now. I do miss it. I absolutely love lashing, like I love it. But even say I'll go back if someone's sick, you need to pull in, or Christmas or something like that. And at Christmas I'd done it and I loved it, but then I'd go home and I'd have like this pile of work I'd have to do because I haven't obviously been doing it all day, and I was like, I can't do this. And obviously after this goes back to normal with life, with lockdown, then I might have to step in for a little while just with the overflow of clients. But no, I haven't done clients in a long time.
Because say with you, if you're doing, like, when you had to step in, you've got that, all your business work, and you've got a daughter, haven't you? Like,
yeah, I've got a little girl. Yeah, so I have her. Well, kids are full time, but you know what I mean, full time on my own. So she keeps me on my toes. So yeah,
very busy.
Yeah, but then when you lash, it's like your relaxing time at the same time, isn't it?
It is
so therapeutic.
Yeah, it's almost like hypnotic, isn't it? When you lash, I've always felt that way about it. Like your attention just zones into something, and it can be quite relaxing.
Definitely. So in the salon then, how do you feel about retail? Do you retail quite a bit in the salon?
Yeah, we do. It's really important to me, actually. I feel really strongly about retailing to clients. I think perhaps anything I can think of to do with lashes, because I know it's not the same as if there was facials and stuff, and there's loads of products you could do. But as far as I know, I retail most things that are available for lashes. And I just think it's important as part of a whole service to offer, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because you want those lashes are walking around advertising your studio or your work. So, you want them to be as clean as possible. You want them to use eyeliners that are going to wash out easily. So for that reason, I think it's really important. Do you retail much at yours?
We retail lash shampoo and eye serum. And when it comes to lashes, that's the two things that we will always retail. Yeah. I'm in the middle at the moment of trialing eyeliners as well, and mascara for the bottom, because I wear lashes all the time, but I always wear mascara on my bottom. But I know some clients, when they do, obviously it goes onto the top lashes, which would be annoying. So I'd like to bring a lot more, but I know Borboleta do quite a lot of retail range, don't they?
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
Can I show you?
Of course you can.
Oh my goodness, I actually don't think I have it, Pam, which is really annoying.
Oh no!
But they sell a cleansing brush that it's got a stand as part of it. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
So it's contoured to the shape of the eye, and then it's got a kind of triangle shape plastic structure that it slots into. So you can stand it on your top and stand it in the shower. And it's even got little drainage holes in the bottom, so the brush doesn't become waterlogged.
Oh wow!
It's fantastic. Like I said, it's a perfect shape of your eye, and it's very soft. And some lash brushes are actually quite hard, aren't they? They don't feel nice. So this one, it hugs your eyelids perfectly. And they've got like a oil-free makeup remover called Breakdown, and it's really good. Yeah, it's the best one I found. And the Barbie girls, they all use the lash brush with the makeup remover as well.
Right. Okay. So is that is that different to a lash shampoo then, or?
Yeah, this is just a makeup remover, so it'd be like the first stage, if you like.
Okay.
But if I take off my eyeliner or eyeshadow, I'll use like a flocked applicator or something. You know, I never actually thought to use the brush that we use to shampoo with the makeup remover.
Yeah.
But that's what they do. And since I've started doing that, like, it's definitely, I feel like I'm cleaning my makeup off a lot better. And they've got the lash foam cleanser here, which is just, you know, like the normal sort of foaming cleanser. And they also do a gel one. I don't know, have you ever tried a gel?
No, I haven't tried a gel one actually.
Which I actually prefer. I don't know what it is about it. I just like the consistency. So you put a bit in the palm of your hand, wet the brush, and just stroke that through. And it looks quite thick. So when I first saw it, I was wondering, you know, would it wash out as well as the foam cleanser? But it washes out perfectly, and it feels like a really deep clean.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So they've got loads to retail them.
Oh yeah. And the cool downs, have you seen those?
Are those the iPads?
Yes.
Yeah, I always see Kim wearing them.
Yeah, she wears them a lot, doesn't she? And they use like jade rollers and stuff to like roll it onto their eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think that'd be a really nice service at the end of treatment, which is how they say it. So your client can have their lashes done and then just lay there, you know, for a certain amount of time with the pads under their eyes, just to sort of, you know, hydrate their eyes after the service.
Oh, brilliant. That's cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, I'd say, are scared of retailing. So when it comes to retail, they either don't get it in or they do and it sits there for ages.
Yeah.
What kind of, what's your views on that? Like, are your team scared to retail or are you past that?
Yeah, they are a little bit, yeah. And it comes from a really good place, I think. You know, they don't want to feel like they're pushing people to spend more money that perhaps they might not have. But I just try and explain to them, and how I try and think about it is you just have to approach it from an authentic place and think about what the client would need, what would help them, you know, rather than just what can I sell, you know, what will help them based on my experience and my research. Because the lash artists, we're researching all the time, aren't we? Every time we're on Instagram or something, we're finding out about new products and things.
Yeah.
So I think actually it could be argued that not telling somebody about something is doing them a disservice, because, you know, that might be something that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always think that as well. Like, I just think it's finishing the whole service. And if you're not giving them the aftercare, it's not necessarily selling, it's telling them what they need. For they spent 50, 60, 70, however much money on lashes, why wouldn't they want them to last as long as possible?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like, to think somebody would pay that money and then not look after them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And also I think that really when you know, we're selling a service anyway, aren't we? We're selling lashes, like, fundamentally. So why is that different to then recommending a product for somebody? You know?
Yeah, it is, because even if you're out, someone's like, oh, lashes, blah, 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 and you're like, yeah, I do lashes, blah, blah, blah. You've just sold that treatment. Like,
exactly.
It is exactly the same.
Yeah, and I think about how many like hourglass powders I've sold just from telling everybody how good they are, and I hear people do that all the time. And like, you don't even supply those, and you're selling that. So why not something that you stock?
Yeah, definitely, I agree. And I do think that you need to love the product as well to be able to have it on the shelves and stuff. So if anyone's listening and they don't really sell a lot of retail, like, I make sure that my girls get stuff at like cost price or cheaper, so then they can trial it if there's samples, and they'll do that just so they can fall in love with the product as well, because they're the ones that are obviously doing the clients and need to be able to sell afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. No, I totally agree. And like you say, that is really important, that you 100% believe in the product and you've taken the time to, because that's part of what the client's paying for as well, isn't it? That you've taken the time to research it. And, you know, it's definitely something that's you 100% believe in.
Yeah, definitely. So, like, let's do the maths then. If someone is like adding on retail to their services, how much extra do you think they can bring in a week? I know obviously it's depending on people, but what are kind of the extra? Because people just don't see that, do they? And it's such a massive add-on that they could have.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did a calculation. This one I've kind of based maybe as somebody's working alone, to be a realistic figure. So for the Borboleta lash serums, if they sold 3 in a week, that'd be £84 profit, which would be £364 a month and £4,368 per year, and that's selling 3 a week.
That's only 3 a week. Like, you see more than 3 clients a week, didn't you? You see more than 3 clients a day.
Yeah, exactly. So I did do a bigger calculation that was based on 10 per week. So at £28 profit, that's £280 profit a week, 1,213 per month, and 14,560 a year.
Wow.
Which is really significant, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't want people to get their arse in gear when it comes to retail. Because I think retail as well, like on a business point of view, it's like free money, because you haven't had to do nothing for it. You've had to buy it in, but you've got that back. Like, it is free money for helping your client have a better treatment and overall service.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Like you say, because as lash artists, we're exchanging time for money, aren't we? And there's only so much time any of us have got. And with retail, like you say, that doesn't come into it.
No, and also in times like this, we're seeing a lot of salons that retail is just keeping them afloat right now, like, because they're so used to retailing in their salons that then carrying on, because the clients obviously aren't coming in for the treatments, but they still might be getting certain products. So it's people doing really well with their sales right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really helped us. I've sold quite a lot of serums to my clients, and they want them because they can't come in to have their lashes done.
Yeah,
they're looking for something else, and a lot of people are still working, aren't they? Key workers, so they have got the money and they can't go into salons anymore. So it's nice to be able to offer them something.
Yeah, definitely. We started retailing lash serums a couple of weeks ago, and that's flown out as well, because like you said, people want something, and having nice strong lashes is better than having nothing. And at least when they do come back to get their lash extensions done, their lashes are so healthy and full, and more of them, that we're going to be able to provide them with better sets of lashes anyway.
That's the best thing about it for me. Yeah, it's just thinking people are you're almost getting their lashes ready for you, and when they come back, and they'll be able to have a style that perhaps they couldn't have dreamt of having before.
Because you can imagine as well, like, if there wasn't the lash serums out there, people, when they're starting to fall out and they're starting to rub their eyes more, they're picking because they're getting annoying, we would be like dealing with gaps, damaged lashes. It's going to be a nightmare. So if they are prepping their lashes beforehand, it would be really helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any like tips for people, obviously in salons, to help them retail a little bit more? Because some people just don't even know what to say to the client.
No. What my tips be? Like I said, I think I just sort of listen to what they're saying first. Like someone says, or like a better example, if I'm cleaning their lashes and I notice that the lash line isn't totally clean, I'll say, how are you getting on with shampooing your lashes? And then they might say, oh, actually, I don't shampoo my lashes, I haven't got the shampoo. So immediately, then I'd say, look, if we're going to keep infilling these lashes, then we need to make sure that they're clean, and just point out, the dangers if they don't keep them clean. And with that, I think just sort of saying, look, if this is going to be a long-term thing for you, we have got to deal with the sort of hygiene side of it.
Yeah.
As well. And if there's lots of eyeliner in the lash line, then I might say, what eye makeup remover are you using at the moment? And when they tell me, I might say, I'm not sure, it's perhaps getting every last bit of debris from your lash line. So, would you be interested in trying the one that we provide?
Yeah.
That's the way I'll try and do it, rather than, it's not very often I'll say, just to let you know about this new product we've got, because I think that turns people off.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. How do you do it in your salon?
The same, really. I think there's nothing, we're not salesy, as in the point of, I've been to mainly hairdressers, but I've been to some salons where at the end they then put the products on the counter, and they're like, right, this is this and this is this, do you want to go with both of them today? Like, I can't do none of that, and I wouldn't expect any of my girls to either. So again, like you said, it's just putting things in conversation, listening to them. Obviously, when you've got them down on the couch and you can see quite clearly they haven't washed their lashes, it's the perfect opportunity to obviously plug the lash shampoo. Or if they're feeling that obviously bits of mascara on, you know, they need a better mascara for the bottom lashes or whatnot. And just going through aftercare, I think going through that aftercare is key, and that's when we'll say, okay, well, you're going to need this to clean your lashes, or you're going to need a certain type of mascara to put on, or eyeliner or whatever. So I just think it comes down with conversation and building that relationship with your client.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, at the end of the day, we've got a relationship with these people, we know them, and we know their lash line, so it should be quite easy to recommend things that we think will work for them.
Yeah, definitely. So a little bit of a subject change. How are you finding this whole situation at the moment with lockdown and reopening the salon back up?
Oh, yeah, to be honest, I can think of lots of things that I'd like to do. And I guess because I only see clients one day a week now, perhaps I'm not feeling that void as much as other people. Though I'm mostly always at the salon, sort of dealing with staff and different things.
Yeah.
But I haven't felt that I haven't had anything to do. I mean, there's so many seminars, isn't there, in our industry and things going on. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough, and I should be listening to this, that, and the other one. So I've been keeping busy that way, and I've been doing an online conference. I am a little bit daunted with the thought of opening up again, just sort of, getting everybody fitted in, and also the fairest way to do it, because you want your loyal regular clients to appointments first. And I'm just toying with the ideas at the moment about what I'm gonna do, how am I gonna approach that? Because I know some people have kept letting people book in and then pushing it back. But to be honest, I haven't been doing that because I just felt like it's quite admin heavy and annoying for everybody.
Yeah, no thanks.
You haven't either, no. What are you gonna do?
Well, I didn't delete anyone's appointments.
Yeah.
I kept them all where they were. I took off just like email reminders and stuff like that, so they weren't being bugged. I've still left the online booking service on so people can book, but obviously we've had a few bookings for like June. And I think that when the announcement gets done, whenever that's going to be on Sunday, that we might get some more online bookings. But then what I'm thinking of doing is, as soon as we hear that we're allowed to open, I'll go back to the beginning of the diary and see who was due in, because they were the first ones that were due in.
That's a good idea. So it's like an order of...
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, like our top clients, I'll make sure they get in without a doubt. But then there's lots of them at the same time, so we're just going to have to play it by ear. I do keep hearing about salons like extending opening hours and working 6 or 7 days, but we're not going to do any of that either, because I just think that we're going to be making a rod for our own back, really. And then in 2 weeks' time, we'll be still busy, and you might have a week where you're quiet because you're not spreading everyone out.
Yeah, I've noticed that before when I've done certain systems, that it will work out that, say, if I have a holiday, then I'll notice that I'm sort of quieter 1 week because of that. So yeah, I think that's a really good point, actually.
Yeah, I just think it will just show a pattern, and every 2 weeks you're all working your asses off, and then the 2 weeks in between you're going to be quieter because you fit every single person in the first week. I think if everyone's gone 8-9 weeks without lashes or nails or whatnot, they're going to go an extra week. It's not going to be that much of a big deal to try and fit everyone in. And looking after the teams as well, like they've been off for 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be working back to back to back however many hours just to be able to fit the clients, and we've got to look after them as well.
Definitely, yeah. I won't be asking mine to do any extra hours, apart from the girls that are part-time that would want the extra hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girls that work 39, 40 hours a week, I won't be asking to do any more than that.
Yeah, and obviously I'll be stepping in as well if I have to, so, which I mostly will. So that's fine. So we'll figure it out, won't we?
Yeah, we will. We'll get through. We're like Christmas again, but
it literally feels like we're opening a business from scratch again.
Yeah, that is the thing. When I've read some people have posted this thing where it says we're not starting from scratch, we're starting from experience, which is great. But I feel like I don't want to feel like I'm starting. I want to feel like I'm just going back to.
I know. I think it's because I'm so used to seeing the diaries full, like for weeks. And then you're going to look at the diary and be like, okay, where is everyone? We've literally got to build it back up again. So I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah. Good. It'll be a distant memory soon. That's just what we've got to think.
I know. But in a few months' time, we'll be like, God, do you remember lockdown? Like, I actually remember, like, wish I had that peace and quiet now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so we should do it as a chance for a rest, really.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't really done much of that, but oh well. Oh, well, Becky, thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Where can people connect with you online?
Yeah, so on Instagram, my handle is Becky_Borboleta_UK. And my email address is Becky_icons@yahoo.com. If people just want a lash chat, or they want to know what products that I retail or anything like that, I've got all the time in the world. So send me a message.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's been lovely to speak to you.